Now students, see page number 12. I am reading our remaining paragraph. All of you see carefully. In this period, major changes also took place in India's neighborhood. We can see so many changes. Where? In our neighboring countries also. Pakistan and Bangladesh made a transition from army rule to democracy. Pakistan and Bangladesh, in these two countries, now we can see the changes. Now from army rule to democracy. Now they established the democracy after ending the army rule. Now they ended army rule and established democracy. Like this we can see the process, establishment of the democracy. In 1990s, during this time, in Nepal, the king gave up many of his powers to become a constitutional monarch, to be guided by elected leaders. In Nepal, in our neighboring country, now king of Nepal also gave up his powers and he became constitutional monarch. Constitutional monarch means king or monarch who was ready to rule with the help of the constitution. Now he adopted the constitution and he ruled by the constitution, by the representatives, under the guidance of the elected members as well as the constitution. It's called the constitutional monarch, and became a constitutional monarch to be guided by elected leaders. However, these changes were not permanent. Now students, you can see changes in Pakistan, in Bangladesh, as well as in Nepal. Now army rule changed, now democracy established. Now in Nepal, now king adopted constitution. So such type of changes were not permanent. In 1999, General Musharraf brought back army rule in Pakistan. In 1999, General Pervez Musharraf, now he brought back army. Now General Musharraf, he brought back army means he established army once again. In 2005, the new king of Nepal dismissed the elected government. Now in 2005, in Nepal also, what happened? Now he dismissed, he cancelled what? Elected government, and took back political freedoms. Took back political freedoms. Whatever the freedoms were given to the people, now taken back in Nepal in 2005. The people had won in the previous decade. In previous decades, whatever the people they were enjoying freedoms, rights, these were taken back in Nepal. So we can see these changes in Pakistan as well as in Nepal also. Now students, see this paragraph, this one. Yet the overall trend, here trend means wish, desire, in this period points to more and more countries turning to democracy. So overall wish to all countries now move towards democracy, to move for establishment of the democracy. This phase still continues. Now this process, now in during that time, now it was continued. Now today also so many, okay, we can see the democratic countries also. By 2005, about 140 countries were holding multi-party elections. By 2005, this was the good. Now 140 countries were conducting elections. Multi-party elections means, multi-party election means the people, they have options for selecting their representatives and leaders, and this is one of the good characteristics of democracy. This number was higher than ever before. Now this was the good result. More than 80 previously non-democratic countries have made significant advances towards democracy since 1980. Since 1980, now more than 80 previously non-democratic countries now moving towards the democracy, for the establishment of the democracy. But even today, there are many countries where people cannot express their opinion freely. Now we can see the one of the dark side also. So many countries, their people, they cannot express their views freely. They don't have the freedom. They still cannot elect their leaders. Leaders, the people, they cannot select their leaders also. They cannot take big decisions about their present and future life. They don't have freedom to take freely decisions. Now remaining paragraph we'll read in next clip.